everybody, it's me, Tokkuri Yashi, your pumpkin friend. How's everybody doing? Hope you are well. Today we will be having a look at Commander Eriko. Yesterday I did do a live stream summoning for Commander Eriko, so thank you to everybody who attended that stream to watch my attempts at getting Commander Eriko. If you didn't manage to catch it, then the body's up. You are very welcome to go and have a look. I think I will leave it at that about that stream. I would like to do more live streaming in the future. Probably all summons I do in the future will be live. We maybe like to add some other live streaming events in the future too, so please look out for those. Anyway, back to Commander Eriko. Commander Eriko was featured in the Cool Fury Bootcamp Demon Instructor Whip and Candy story event, which we got at the beginning of the month. That has now ended. Here is her banner. She is a permanent character. Here till the 26th. Clan battle testing should be up by then, so if you haven't summoned for it, you're still thinking about it, you could wait. See whether she is using clan battle, whether you really think you're going to need it for clan battle before you spend your jewels. But permanent characters these days seem to be the more difficult ones to get. They will not be getting a returns banner. They will then go into the general pool. You've got a very low chance of them appearing in your summons. It's out of your control, unless perhaps you maybe buy one of the gotcha tickets on the special special celebrations. You can then pick them, but you've got to pay for them with real money. And you need to be able to buy them. You need some kind of a Japanese method of payment. So I think perma characters are probably definitely more difficult to get than the limited ones now, which is a kind of strange way around it. Anyway, enough of that. If you saw my Commander Makoto video, you will see I did predict this Eriko to be decent damage with physical attack support, and that is kind of what we've got, but there is extra stuff there. So let's have a look at her skills. Again, we've got this very handy image here from Side Games. As we can see, she's on the Dark Element, Physical, and at the Vanguard at the front. We will go over her position in more detail later. Just to be honest with you, rather frustrating, and I don't know what the devs were thinking. So, her skills. Let's bring this up. Here we go. Her Union Burst. I won't hear you begging for your life. Maybe that's what I did wrong in summoning for her. Anyway, it massively increases the physical attack power of all allies. It greatly increases the physical crit and causes massive physical damage to one enemy character in front of you. The effect of the physical attack buff and the crit hit buff scale upon the amount of allies you have up to 7. I think, hang on a minute, you can only have 5 characters on a team. Summons, like Riri's Shadows, count towards this 7. So this is maybe where the design of this character is coming in to run with Riri. We will go over that again a little bit later. But in a little bit more detail, 7.6 times physical attack as physical damage to one target. It's a 12.2k physical attack buff with 5 allies and a 13.4k physical attack with 7 allies, which shows there you only get an extra 600 physical attack buff to the team with the extra 2 characters, so each, so for number 6 and number 7. So the scaling on this is the first 5 give you the most buff, and then the extra 2 if you get those shadows summoned. I'm not giving you a huge amount extra. It's the same with the crit, 150 crits for 5, which is about 30 per ally, and then 160 for 7, so you're only getting an extra 5 per ally for those 6 and 7 shadow summons. Here, skill 1, Savage Blast. I think what she gave me when I was summoning. Greatly increases the physical attack power of all allies and causes large physical damage to one enemy. Again, the effects of the physical attack buff scale per ally up to 7. So it's a 3.8 times physical attack as physical damage to the one enemy, 6.1k physical attack boost with 5, and a 6.7k with 7 allies, which again, you're only getting another 300 per ally for the 2 shadows that are summoned if you have them, and it's 1220 per ally. The initial 5 you have on the team. So again, a much smaller buff if you have those shadows up. Skill 2, Heavy Command, greatly increases the physical attack power and physical crit power of all allies, and slightly increases the physical defensive power and magical defensive power. Additionally, recovers a large amount of TP to yourself, a small amount of TP to your allies. The physical attack and physical crit buffs again also scale ally up to 7. So it's again same as skill 1, a 6.1 physical attack buff with 5 allies, 6.7 with 7, and the crit is 100 with 5 allies, 106 with 7. So you're only getting an extra 3 per ally with the 2 extra Shadow Summon 6 and 7. So again, not a huge buff for having those extra summons there. 122 physical and magical defense, 300 TP to self, and 80 TP to all allies, which is not bad at all. So when you add it up, all the attack buffs together, it's 26,800 maximum physical attack buff to the team and 266 crit total maximum to the team with all of her buffs combined from all of her skills in the Union Best, which you would hope she would have up most of the time, which is not bad at all. The skill 2 is the first one to activate, and if she is used with Commander Makoto, they are both going to be extremely explosive at the start of the fight, both giving themselves a huge amount of TP, and Eriko also giving Makoto some TP extra on top of what she gives herself, which is absolutely crazy! Okay, so let's have a little discussion about Commander Eriko and see what we think about her, how she was designed and where the frustrations lie. As you've seen, she has a buff up to 7 characters for her physical attack and crit buffs for the team. This suggests that the devs have designed her to work with Riri. As you can see though, her position, because she's notes is down, I've done a little bit of digging, not too difficult. I found that she sits in between Christmas Kurumi and the Inori there, the Phantom Thief Inori. So her position is either 293 or 294. Now she's supposed to work with Riri because of the 7, even though the buff's not that much bigger. Riri is really the only character that you're going to get that with her if you run them. Riri sits in position 467 and the range of her physical attack buff is 150. As you can see there, Eriko is 170 places in front of her. So if the devs have designed her to work with Riri with the 7 allies, why the earth did they put her just out of range of her physical attack support? Her 2 shadows are summoned 50 and 100 places in front of her, so the shadows support will get to Eriko, but Riri's herself won't, so Eriko is missing out on 1/3 of Riri's physical attack support to the team. Like I said, this is kind of frustrating, and maybe because the buffs for the extra allies are not that big, sometimes maybe it's better to run Eriko without Riri on the team, which, I don't know, is that the way that it was designed? Anyway, Dark Physical team seems to be going like the Dark Magical team. Lots of buffers who do okay damage as opposed to one massive physical DPS and then everyone else that's supporting them. So, if this is the way that the meta is going, maybe we're going to want to have these characters. Another thing that I think that the Dark team, basically the physical Dark team needs is a better tanking character. If you think, who are we going to be running on this team? We're going to have Commander Makoto, you're going to have Commander Eriko, it's supposed to be run with Riri, that's 3 characters, you're probably going to want Eris, that's the 4th. So, the character at the front of this is going to be Makoto, Commander Makoto. She's the one that sits furthest front. She's not going to keep herself alive. Even if you switch in Riri with Persia perhaps, or you put Career in there instead of Persia, it's not really going to work. We need a better tank. At the moment we're using 6-star Makoto, that's why she's there, but when the push comes to shove and there's some real damage coming at her, she cannot hold up. She is not a tank. can sometimes face tank, but she really is not up to the challenge. So we've got Kuka and we've got Miyako. 6-star Kuka, 6-star Miyako are the only real physical tanks that Dark have got, and both of them do nothing to help the team apart from staying alive. At least Kuka has got a taunt, but what we really need is a physical tank along the lines of June or Christmas June that are also buffing your team, debuffing the opponent, keeping your team alive, as well as keeping themselves alive. So hopefully Tide Games will give us that in the future. And that was probably what's going to round out this team. So I'm not sure how this team will look in Clan Battle, because I really cannot see Commander Makoto tanking for it. Maybe it's going to have to be 6-star Makoto face tanking, and which means some of the others might not be on it. I thought about using Makoto in 310 Deep Quest. So Eriko in 310 Deep Quest. That's not going to work because that boss is multi-target. I forgot about that, so that's not a place where she will be used. Probably she will be used though in Clan Battle. So if you don't have Commander Makoto, you probably don't really want Commander Eriko either. But if you have one or the other, you can maybe borrow the other from a friend in Clan Battle, and that way you can save yourself some gems. So I think what I would say is you can maybe not worry too much about her. I think I paid too high a price to get them, but we will see in the future. Hopefully I will not be regretting this decision. Some of her even more as time goes on. Last thing, so wait for Sarasori Siren. We are entering into Golden Week. Golden Week, if you do not know, is the 29th of April to the 5th of May. One of Japan's largest holiday periods. String of public holidays there. They usually will do something to celebrate that, so maybe we're going to get some free summons, maybe we'll get some extra jewels on login. Hopefully they will help us out for anybody like me who summoned for Eriko and Makoto and had to spend a lot of jewels because there's a lot of stuff coming up. Anyway, this has gone on for a long time, a long video. Let me know what you think of Commander Eriko. I am Tokkuri Yashi, your Palm Tree friend. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you all again for another video. Bye 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 bye. Hey hey hey.